Hello everyone, my name is Sarthak Shah and I welcome you all to Money Tree where you can nurture your money. First of all, I would like to ask you some basic questions like if you want to buy a house, is it really required for you to be a civil engineer? Similarly, if you want to buy a car, is it required for you to be an automobile engineer? The answer is obviously no. Then why it is so? If you want to buy stocks, you should be an expert in finance. There is nothing like this, my friends. So, I have decided to create a video series in which I will be explaining you step by step on how I personally do fundamental analysis of any company so that you can analyze and pick the stock yourself. And it is very simple. I assure you that by the end of the series, you will also be able to pick the stocks by yourself. And I believe this is a very good platform to start from scratch and learn the subject in a simple and systematic manner. Today being the first video of the series, for the benefit of all those who are comparatively less aware about stock market, we shall start the session by learning from the basic concepts which would make it easier for others to understand the topic better. And I would like to disclose that the initial videos will be quite simple, but as we progress further, it will become a little bit complex and informative. By the end of the series, you would have learned the art of analyzing the stocks, and also would like to disclose that any companies talked about in the video are solely for education purpose and thus should not be considered as recommendations in any direct or indirect manner. To start with, you should first remove all the myths. Myths means wrong assumptions or misconceptions from your mind about stock market. Like stock market satta hai, it's a gambling game, and small investors like me cannot make money from stock market. It's the big players game, etc., etc. My friends, all these are just myths. In reality, it is not at all gambling, and this will be concluded after you complete the entire series. So let's begin now. The screen which you are able to view is just the screener available for everyone to use for free. Just type screener on Google and you will able to find it very easily. So let us start with a FMCG company named Hindustan Unilever Limited. FMCG means fast moving consumer goods, and I have selected this company because it is one of the biggest company in FMCG sector of the Indian market. Let's first talk about share price. Here it is current price. What is current price? It is the price you pay to buy one share of this company. It keeps on changing during the market hours, that is from morning 9:15 to afternoon 3:30. There is something also called as pre-opening and post-closing market session, but it will be explained in further sessions. Now, how the share price is derived? It is basically derived on demand and supply rule. If demand increases, price increases. Simple rule, no need to mug up. Let me explain through an example. Right now, due to COVID 19, the FMCG companies providing soaps, sanitizers, shampoo, detergent, etc. will have good demand. So, if you see in the recent fall in stock market, these companies haven't fallen much as compared to other sectors due to its demand. And on the supply side, crude will set as the best example. Due to lockdown in many countries, the demand of crude has been reduced, due to which supply of crude has increased, which has led to fall in the price. So this is all about share price. So if you see in Hindustan Unilever Limited, the current price is 2195 rupees. Now let us talk about number of equity shares. It is the total number of shares that are outstanding of the company. So here you can see there are 234.95 crore shares outstanding of Hindustan Unilever Limited. Now, as we are aware about the share price and number of shares, we can go to market capitalization. It's very simple. If you want to purchase the company 100%, means if you want to be the owner of that company, then what is the amount you need to pay is shown by the market capitalization. So in the case of HUL, the amount you need to pay is around 5 lakh crore rupees to be the owner of this company, provided the current owner wants to sell. Jokes apart, but here you can see why it is considered one of the biggest company of India in the FMCG sector. To derive at this amount, you just need to multiply the current market price and the number of shares. So in the case of HUL, you need to multiply 2195 and 234.95, which derives indirectly to the market cap of the HUL. And thus, market cap is used to know how financially strong the company stands in the market. And now, to sum up, we started with share price and then the number of shares of the company, which indirectly derived the market cap of the company. So, here I would like to request the viewers to take the note that all the contents in the videos will be interwoven. And for your better understanding, I would recommend never skip or miss any part of the video or any session. Now, let us go to PE ratio, one of the important ratio in the field of investing. Even some of the investors take the investment decisions just by looking at the PE ratio. PE ratio means share price divided by earning per share. To know what it is, we should first know some other parameters like PAT, EPS, etc. As I said before also, in finance, all the topics are interconnected to each other. So, first let us understand what is PAT. It is profit earned by the company after paying all the taxes. You will find PAT on screener just by clicking at profit and loss statement. Here the net profit is nothing but PAT. How to use these all statements will be discussed later in upcoming videos. Right now we only need to understand PAT, that is net profit. So I am assuming everyone is clear with PAT. So let's proceed for EPS. I will take a simple example to explain what EPS means. Consider there is a shop which earns 100 rupees a year and there are 4 partners of that shop with 25% partnership each, which means that there are total 4 shares and the total earnings is 100 rupees. Then how much does each shareholder earn? That is 100 divided by 4, which equals to 25. This is nothing but EPS. Hope EPS is now clear to everyone. So in the case of HUL, when we divide total earnings by total number of shares, we get EPS of around 31.15. As we are clear about PAT and EPS, let us proceed further for PE ratio. Here I have taken another example, as I personally believe that examples are the best way for understanding any topic. So let us consider there is a company earning 2 lakh with 25,000 shares as outstanding. So according to the formula, we get EPS of 8. Now PE ratio is nothing but share price per EPS. Let us assume that this company is trading at around 100 rupees. So as per the formula, we derive at PE ratio as 12.5. So what does this 12.5 indicates? Any investor is ready to pay 12.5 times of the earnings of that share as compared to the current market price. So basically to earn 8 rupees per share, I am ready to pay 100 rupees per share. I hope you have understood the PE ratio. The number of times I am ready to pay as compared to earnings, that is nothing but PE ratio. Now the question comes up, is this 12.5 times is really high or really low? How do I interpret that? Thus a very important concept that comes up here is the interpretation of PE ratio. So this PE ratio indicates whether I should buy the share or stay away from the share. Always remember a thumb rule. The stock with the lower PE is undervalued, means cheaper, which indicates you can buy. And with higher PE means it is overvalued, means expensive, which indicates you should stay away from it or wait till it comes down. There are always some exceptions. But the question is how we can identify that it is cheaper or it is expensive. Like in this case, 12.5 is the PE ratio. Then is it cheap or is it expensive? There is no specific rule, my friends, that PE below 13 is cheaper and more than 15 is expensive. Not at all. To understand this, you have to compare PE ratio with something. So with what you can compare it with? We can compare it with 2 factors. Compare it with competitors. If the company A's PE is lesser than company B's PE, then ideally we can say that company A is cheaper. And second, we can compare it with industry PE, means peers. And if the PE of company A is lesser than industry PE, which indicates it is cheaper. So now let us look for HUL. Here price to earning ratio is 70.93. Now can anyone tell me what this 71 indicates? It indicates that I am ready to pay 71 times earnings per share. So now again the question is it cheaper or is it expensive? So let us now compare first with one of the peers. So just by clicking at peers, we will show all the peers of HUL. So if compared with Colgate, we can say that HUL is expensive. And if compared with P&G Hygiene, we can say that HUL is cheaper. So now let us compare it with industry PE. Here the industry PE is 64.71, which indicates that HUL is little expensive. But just from PE ratio we cannot judge it. If PE ratio is lower, it does not necessarily mean that it is a buy. No, there can be any bad news about that company near term which has led any correction in that stock. And simultaneously, if PE ratio is higher, it does not necessarily mean that we should ignore or it is expensive. It is possible that company is so amazing that people are ready to buy by paying more. Example, we can say iPhone. The price is higher due to its premium, that is investors' confidence, because of which users are ready to pay more. One last point about PE. Sometimes you will see PE as 0, which directly means that company is making loss. So as the company doesn't have any earnings, thus PE is 0. So in the nutshell, as said, lower PE means cheaper and higher PE means expensive. So just by looking at PE, please don't invest. Do your own research, check every parameter and then invest. Hope you all understood some basics about fundamental analysis. To sum up, we talked about share price, number of shares, PAT, EPS, and the last thing which is very important, that is PE ratio and its interpretation. And in the upcoming videos, we will talk about P by B ratio, enterprise value, and much more. Be cautious while trading, my friends, and study each and every parameter before investing. Let's make each and every penny grow to a bundle of cash. Now friends, if you faced any difficulties in understanding any of the topics I took in today's basic explanatory video, then please do comment so that I can able to solve it in next video. And if you have liked my today's video, please share it with your friends and family so they can also learn and earn wisely. And also subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so that you never miss any of my videos. So that's all from my end. We'll see you in next video. Till then, take care, stay home, stay safe. Bye bye.